Hi guys. Oh, I hate doing these things because I realise how old I look. Hi guys. Just waiting on you, coming on really quickly. That's great. We've got to grab every minute we can. Spirit of Australia is coming back to life again, people. It's really great. Really, really beautiful. Really, really good. Hey, Brendan. From Fremantle in Western Australia. Hydra, we're hoping we can get over there after some of this dust settles. The dust has settled, it's the mud dries out maybe. Okay. Yeah, thanks Danielle. We really appreciated that. It was really uplifting. Thank you for your prayers. Okay, everybody's doing this, guys. Everybody's doing this. Yeah, Leona, hope you're going well in Adelaide too. Alrighty, so some good news, some interesting news, and some unpleasant news, but anyway, it's mainly good, and that is that the people are coming back to their spirit, which is really, really good. Alright, so go the Aussie spirit, that's it, Heather. I'll wait till we crack the 1,000, we're nearly there. It's all exposing the government for what it is. You can say that again, Casey. You can say that again. Yeah. Alright guys, there's enough of you on now, and please share this far and wide, because this is not about promoting me or anyone else. This is about promoting the people who are working on the recovery and working the people who have survived this horrible disaster. Hoodie's helpers on the ground are doing a wonderful job. There are people coming up and saying, I'm from Hoodie's helpers, where do you want me to go? It's just amazing. We've got Dr. Peter Romero and Sue are here. They were driving with their four-wheel driving caravan to get here 3 or 4 days ago, and they took a wrong turn and drove into the floods, and now both their vehicle and their caravan are underwater. So he went home, abandoned everything there. They'll worry about that later. They managed to get a ride back home to Taree, where they grabbed his wife's car and they came back. And he and his wife are now sorting groceries out in the shed. They're just doing whatever, and if they're required for medical, they're doing that. So that's the spirit. Tammy needs me to call her. Tammy, I'm trying to figure out who Tammy is. Sorry, Cara. Right, so what's happening on the ground? I'm going to give you a shopping list shortly. But what's happening on the ground at Coraki is there are still homes that are coming out of the floodwater that are still have some major flooding, and we're going to outlying areas where there are people who are still stranded and have been since this started. There's a lot of helicopters flying around. We don't know if they're looking for stranded survivors or what. So that's still happening here. So we're still in crisis here to some level. As we drove into town early this morning, it was so uplifting to see dozens of large tip trucks with dogs on the back being filled by excavators, clearing the streets up of the town. It's getting done at a rapid rate. That's really good. The supply chain is working much better. Tony Nikolic has done a great job organising the army. He's set up a control system for the army to use, and that's been so good. That's working really well. We've got teams running out to people, delivering food. We've got boats organised on the water that are doing all that sort of stuff as well. And so what's happening is the Salvation Army are pulling out the food truck tomorrow after lunch. That's their last meal. They're going. They're pulling out because they don't have enough volunteers, but they're needed elsewhere or something. We don't know how all that works. That's another bureaucracy in itself, but we thank them for their efforts here. So we've organised through Aussie Helping Hands another outdoor kitchen, which is coming fully staffed and fully stocked, so that that will be available to prepare meals as a meeting place. It's a place where people gather at the back of the fire station. So that's organised. We're getting Byron Bay food suppliers are turning up with beautiful boxes of freshly cooked vegan pasta and chicken salads and sandwiches by the thousands. All that stuff's going well. The generosity of the people is amazing. We don't know if the Army are pushing people away. At the moment, there are about 60 Army personnel in Coraki that we're aware of. They have a medic team, but that's an Army nurse who's only allowed to look after Army personnel, not private people. But we're getting that organised as well. Right. The bureaucracy that's been put in place to manage the disaster are pulling out. They're going elsewhere probably. We're not worried about that. To be honest with you, we think the volunteers are doing a great job and they're not bogged down in the red tape. So we're really going for it here. The volunteers are just manning up. The generosity of the people, the money supplying the goods for the people to survive on and get by on, and I'm talking about big ticket items, is being supplied by Aussies. Absolute amazing Aussies out of their own pocket. Now, a lot of these Aussies are unemployed. A lot of these Aussies are down to their last buck, but they're sharing whatever they've got with other people, and it's just incredible. Thank you so much for doing that. We've also had disturbing reports that some of the evacuation centres are turning away people who are non-vaccinated, either as volunteers or survivors who want support. If you're not jabbed, you're sent away. We've had that confirmed by several people who've been through it. And, okay, just hang on a minute. Hold the phone, hold the comments. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'll try and ring Tammy. So that's really, really going on from what we're told. There were several attempts here yesterday to get people rat tested and all that, and that was thwarted. They were sent away. They were sent packing, and for good reason. That's the situation we find ourselves in. The bureaucracy is out of control. The bureaucracy moves like a monolith. It rolls over people in its way while it tries to sort itself out. And it is typical of what's happening in this country. There's over-government and too many restrictions put in place to protect people from themselves. We've got to stop that. So we're doing it. The people are doing this. So if the whole bureaucracy pulls out of Coraki, good. We're going to keep it happening. There are people. There's enough support coming from what we're doing here to see that happen, not only here but in other communications, other communities. So I've got a list of items needed. Volunteers. We need people on the ground. You don't have to bring anything. You don't have to bring any supplies if you don't have any. But you'll need to be self-accommodating. You'll need to have some way of accommodating yourself. There are plenty of toilets and showers being fitted now as we speak. The Army are fitting portable showers. There are toilets available, and there's plenty of running water in the town. The town has a water supply, and some electricity is being restored as we speak. So come along and be prepared to get dirty, get hot, get sweaty, and just feel the joy of serving your brothers and sisters and serving the community. It's a beautiful thing. We wake up every morning and we wonder if we've got the energy to put our dirty clothes on and go back again, and somehow we pray about it and next minute we're here. So, and when you get here, you're invigorated by the love of the people for each other. So keep that going. Now the shopping list. We need brooms and mops. Brooms, mops, gurneys, generators, shovels, rope, tarps, work gloves, gumboots, new underwear guys, not second-hand stuff, new work socks, heavy duty work socks that can be worn in gumboots. A lot of people are getting those blisters around the top of the gumboots, so we need new heavy duty work socks. Cordial and chocolate just as a treat. Squeegee mops for walls. The walls have got to be cleaned down, and we need cleaning grade vinegar. Lots of cleaning grade vinegar to stop the mold. And we need anti-mold cleaner. But most of all, we need you. Now, if you get to Coraki and we've got things sorted, don't be perturbed, because there's 2 other towns within 20 minutes of here that you can get access to. They are Broadwater and they are Woodburn. Broadwater and Woodburn are functioning really well, really quickly, because they've got some big facilities there that are usable straight away. Our biggest problem here in Coraki has been the lack of usable storage, and the facilities have not been available. But they have had them in Woodburn, and they have had them in Broadwater. And once again, the people organising those communities are community people. They're not governments or NGOs, and they're getting it done. They are getting it done. Right? We've got to stop looking at the government to solve all our problems. We've got to stop looking at the bureaucracy to make sure we're safe. And now they're coming out with another subvariant of COVID or whatever it is. For goodness sake, let's forget about all that and let's get on with the things that we need to get on with. A lady has offered her home in Mudgee. Yeah, thank you, Katrina. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people in that area because the floods further south are going nuts as well. So Logan Community Centres are clearly stipulating no vaccine discrimination for volunteers and victims. It's beautiful, but they are desperate for help, sadly. So look, that's the other thing. If you're driving miles to come to Coraki because we're here, don't forget there are communities nearby. The Logan community has struggled badly, so that's really great that they're stipulating. They don't care about the mandates. Fantastic. So trying to cram everything in, guys. Look, we've got some amazing support. We're getting better communication. We're getting better systems in place. But please, 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 this is going to be a long, drawn-out mission for us all. If we get tired of hearing about it in a week and say, right, what's the next big thing, then we're letting our country down and we're letting these people down. We've got to stay with this until they're getting their lives back and they're self-sufficient again as a community. Big army truck rolling by, a Bearcat. There you go. One of those big anti-riot control things, but they've been using them for good purposes here at the moment. I'm just waiting to see what gets out of the back. A lot of the army we're talking to have been great. Yep, the door's opening up on the Bearcat. There's a bunch of soldiers jumping out. Yep, they're all going to be doing the right thing by the look of it. The young guys and that we've been working with the army have been really good. Oh, hang on, it's a film crew. It's a film crew. It looks like an army propaganda film crew, and they're getting out of the truck with cameras. And I won't keep you waiting. I'll watch all that as it transpires, and I'll let you know what happens. Very interesting. Yep, anyway, there it is, guys. I hope I've said everything. Head's a bit frazzled at the moment. But look, we need you here. We need volunteers on the ground. So God bless you all. Please pray, continue to pray for the people that are here and those elsewhere who are struggling. We believe around Sydney is still in a bad way. Camden has gone underwater, I'm told. Here we are facing a whole lot of disaster when we need all of our people back employed. We need our emergency service workers back in their jobs, and we need mandates to be dumped so we can all get on with this. But the people who have lost their jobs because of the mandates, they don't care. They're here doing what they were going to do anyway, whether they were employed or not. So love on each other, keep loving each other, and keep doing the things that you need to do to get our country back on its feet. God bless you all, and there'll be another live later tonight or later this afternoon if we need anything. God bless, guys. Thanks for watching, and spread it far and wide. Bye for now.